physical product into a digital landscape to increase profits? This is one of the most common questions I receive from moms over 40. How do you do this? How do you morph multiple worlds together, where you take a physical product and somehow combine it together with some sort of a digital product to make money? Now, a lot of people don't understand the reasoning behind it at first, because after all, what would be the main purpose? Well, the purpose is easy, guys. The purpose is for you to create multiple revenue income streams. Just imagine how much more happy you will be if you can learn how to morph digital and physical world together to help you make money. What would be an example of morphing a digital and physical world? Well, let's say you have a winning product and you already reviewed my previous workshops and learned how to create how to discover a winning product. And let's say now that you also checked out another workshop and learned how to increase your chances of that product being purchased. So you have both ingredients, and now you are probably wondering, well, sure, I focused on physical products, but how can I actually morph those physical products into the digital landscape in order to earn extra income? And the answer is simple. You gotta just introduce something relevant for that product, either from a completely opposite angle, where you introduce the concept of polarization, where you flip the model, flip the product upside down, or relate the product to some other type of business model, but in a way that also complements it. So what I mean by that is, I could give you an idea. For example, you have seen some RV mom content that I have posted for you. You have also seen AI girl content that I have posted for you. So let's say you have a physical product of a fire lantern that is a bougie fire lantern, sort of like from the Aladdin times, that when you take it, when you carry it, you feel so bougie, it just feels so incredible, and you want to buy it, you want to impress your neighbors, and it's an instant product. It has this whole concept of gratification. It has this whole concept of recognition that this product is fire. And you look at this product and you be like, okay, I'm interested in a fire bougie boss mom lantern. And somehow the first question you gotta ask yourself is, how can you take that product, physical product, and morph it together with a digital landscape, so this way you can earn more profits? So what would be the polarized opposite of a lantern? So this is and the way I think of when I create those business models, guys, that are just incredible models for moms over 40, I always ask myself, what is the opposite of whatever it is that I just created? So I use lots of properties of mathematics. I use transitive properties of mathematics. I use alternative sequences, where you have kind of in mathematical terms, -1, 1, -1, -1, opposites. So when I look at the set, when I look at any kind of video that I create, I ask myself, oh, hello, Karina Gonzalez. Thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time and spending this time together with me. My name is Ron Wells, and I figured I'd go ahead and I'll spill some tea for you and help you learn how to make some extra income by morphing together physical products with digital products. And yeah, hello, Velcrain. How are you doing today? I'm actually doing pretty good. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if I could get some, I don't know, maybe some chicken or something to eat, something. I'm super hungry, super stoked. So guys, the next thing that I wanted to tell you is, of course, you guys probably wondering, well, how can I also be having fun, driving around, eating some chicken and having fun? Like, what can I do? How can I earn money? And this is the main reason why you're here, guys. You want to learn how to make that money. And what I do is I literally explain every single step for how you could make that money and give you guys examples for what's happening in my brain, how I'm using the properties of mathematics. Oh, hello, Forest Rangers. Thank you guys. So I see a lot of people joining. Thank you guys so much for joining in this live and hitting those likes. Really appreciate it. So guys, look, so going back to what I was talking about earlier, so we're talking about how can we take a physical product, morph it together with a digital product and make more money. That's basically what we're talking about. So let's continue, guys. Oh, hello. So I'm seeing some pause and all sorts of interesting activities in live. Thank you guys for likes and pause and whole and your attention. So guys, look, let's continue where we left off. So obviously the biggest question many moms over 40 ask me, Rome, like, okay, I found a physical product, but how can I make money out of it but by combining digital product with it? I don't know how to do this. I don't even know what would be an example of that. Well, guys, look, as I mentioned to you before, what you need to do, you got to ask yourself, whatever the physical product that you chose to sell, does that product have an instant factor? When somebody looks at that product and they'll be like, ooh, there's an instant realization that this product is fire. Do you get that feeling? If that's a yes, congratulations, you're going on the right path, and you have some flexibility to make it into to morph it together with some digital product that will help you make even more money. So the first question you obviously have to ask yourself is, does the product have instant factor? What would be another example of instant factor? Well, when you put some makeup and you see instantly your face changes. When you put some wax, sparkling wax on a hair, and you remove a piece of hair and you see that transformation of of the product taking place, that would be another example of instant. What would be another example of instant? Well, how about that lantern that I dropped for you guys on my YouTube? And thank you guys for joining and being so like paying so much attention to this. Oh my God, I have seven viewers and I have 3 likes. Incredible, guys. Thank you so much. But look, here's what you got to understand. You got to ask yourself, okay, well, first, does the physical product have an instant factor? Does it have? Second question you got to ask is, what is the opposite of that product that I could introduce from the digital sense perspective? I'm gonna give you an example. On my YouTube video, you probably have seen me drop a video of a bougie boss mom, like, well, actually it's kind of bougie boss girl carrying a fire looking lantern, right? And let me tell you a story about that lantern. It's a fire looking lantern, but let me tell you a story about that lantern that is gonna be well worth it. And then you're going to quickly understand how the psychology works and why you want to be leveraging those techniques in order to make more sales. So look, a few weekends ago, me and my wife, we went out to upstate Connecticut to stay in an Airbnb. And it was a mountain-based experience, special experience, where we decided to just go up the mountains and stay in Airbnb. And when we got to Airbnb, guess what? It was a beautiful place, incredible place. And it was just in the mountains, and it was really dark, and I saw the lantern, and the lantern was right next to this Airbnb, and I literally picked it up and it lit up, and I went with it. I started walking with it into the mountain to see if I could lay down in a hammock. And as I was holding this beautiful lantern that had a little bit of fire glowing in it, I was able to remember my childhood from the cartoon video, like from Aladdin, when Aladdin with the monkey walking around with that lantern. And immediately that gave me such a warm and fuzzy feeling, and that sentimental feeling, like, oh my God, like this is such a bougie experience, like holding a lantern, moving up the mountain. And I did it. I walked with the lantern all the way into the dark spot of the mountain. I lay down on a hammock, and I just felt such a urge, like, to get this product, all of a sudden I just kind of was able to transfer myself back in my childhood and remember the Aladdin movie, Aladdin cartoon that I watched when he was just walking around and holding the lantern in the dark alleys with the monkey, and like that triggered. So this is, many people don't talk about this stuff because like you just see people selling things online, but you don't understand like why the heck are they selling? Like how come, like what can you sell that will actually trigger that same kind of experience in somebody's mind to be like literally glued to their childhood and be like, oh my God, this is so, that it has so much sentimental value for me that I'm gonna go ahead and get this product. I'll buy it right now, right away. This is the type of feeling that you will only get to experience through like storytelling, the way I kind of described to you now, and it described the experience, my personal experience going with my wife to the mountains. There's a second part of that story of what happened to us, how it turns out to be a complete nightmare. I'm going to talk about that a bit next time. But needless to say, guys, look, I need you to start combining your physical product with digital products. I'm going to get some food and we'll talk about that a bit more. right now you kind of got an understanding of what it feels in a customer's mindset when they're looking at an instantly gravitating kind of product. And what our talent agency does, we help you discover those products so you could learn how to create those stories. So this way those stories captivate your audience. Those digital stories, they're like digital gold, but unlocking them is a challenge that is worth waiting for, and a challenge that I present to you, bougie boss moms over 40 seeking to discover freedom, but constantly feeling like you're being stuck and don't necessarily have the right guide to guide you through this journey, the beautiful journey of you discovering freedom. With that note, I'm gonna get going, guys. I'm super hungry, guys. I'm gonna get going and definitely jump into my videos and take a look at what kind of videos I was talking about with that lantern. I dropped it for you on YouTube. You're gonna see right away what it looks like, and you're gonna be like, ooh, I think I understand what Ron Wells was talking about when he was mentioning about morphing physical and digital products together to spawn extra income. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. I'll see you next time. Take care.